Hello everyone. Today I like to give an info session which explains about the Saxon school system. I hope this would be beneficial to the parents who have come to Germany for the first time and especially for the people who are English. So before we get into details, I would like to give this disclaimer. I try my best to gather the right information and I use this references the Saxon school gazettes and then the school system of Saxon and then some publications which are there, which are also open for everyone, which is in German, which you can use these links to go through yourself. And this info session, I try to cover up very basic information. And my request is do not completely rely on this. Please do also some bit of research before you jump into some conclusion. And also, this is recording is done in November 2024. As if you are hearing at the later date, and then you have to also have to have this updated information. So, so the agenda is I explain about what the why education is compulsory in Saxony and also in Germany, types of schools and the levels, and there's an overview of the schools, and there is a graphic which explain the complete school system. And I also bring out a small comparison, like how the education in India and in Germany is, so for the people for Indian background, they can also understand this. And then I went into details of what Grundschule is, Oberschule is, Gymnasium, and then there are also community schools and the high school admission process. Uh, and there is also the possibility of mother tongue language support. So, so let's jump into the points. The first is the compulsory education. So in Germany, every kid has to study. So education is compulsory by law. So you have to, every kid has to go to school as soon as he or she reached the school age. So the children who have turned 6 years old by 30 June of the current calendar year are required to attend the school. And they should continue doing the schooling up to the age 18 years old, and then later on, if they want to continue further, they can continue, and otherwise they can also get into jobs. Regardless, here one important point here is the education, kids' education is not the responsibility of school. Here, it's a joint responsibility between the teacher and also the parent. So parents and schools work together in partnership to fulfill the education mission. So this is really important. So you cannot say that you cannot skip this. So the types of schools. So there are three basic broad categories. So one is the Allgemein Bildende so which is the general education schools. So here you have like in the normal schools, which is the Grundschule, the Förderschule, the support school, and then the Oberschule, Gymnasium, and then Gemeinschaftsschule. And there is a other branch of education which is the vocational schools, which is job-oriented schools. Like, kids study, the education is done in such a ways that the kids get into jobs as quick as possible. Whereas in the first education here, the intention is to uh, give the kid the education until goes up to the university and along. Whereas here in the vocational schools, the intention is to get the kid education sufficient enough to get into a job, and then once while he is doing the education, working, he can also read further. So this is one. And if somebody wants to work and they want to also attend the schools in the evening time, there is other possibility, which is the second vocational path, which is the Urban Oberschule and Urban Gymnasium, which is evening college schools. So so there's many opportunities in Germany to how to study. And in terms of the school, school levels. The first one is primary level, which is from grade 1 to 4. So this is the ground Schule. So here there is everybody would be in this up to the primary level. Everybody, all kid would study the same education. So the after the fourth class, then there comes the uh, division to whether to go to Gymnasium Oberschule. That division happens from fifth grade onwards. So the secondary schools, again the secondary school is into two levels. One is from 5 to 10th class, and then from 11th and 12th, which is meant to be as 12th or 13th, which is really the abitur. So 5 to 10 is really the high school, and then 11th and 12th is like for preparation for abitur. Like if in India it is SSC up to 10th class, and the 11th and 12th is intermediate. So after this abitur, people get the certificate, and they get admission, take the admission into uh, uh, universities. So the minimum school certificate to get into admission into the university is 12th grade, this abitur certificate. And here one more is in the secondary schools, grade 5 and 6 is like I just said, grade 1 to 4, everybody studies the same. Here again, 5th and 6th is also is schools have the same syllabus. Well, afterwards, the Gymnasium Oberschule syllabus and the education would get different. And this is just to have a if somebody want to change from Gymnasium to Oberschule, there is still possibility. So that's about school levels. And then types of schools. So as I said, the ground Schule is it is from the ground year 1 to year 4. So and this is compulsory for all children and from 6 onwards. And some states there are also up to 6. And in from third grade onwards, a one foreign language is taught. Normally, it is English. So from third grade onwards, the introduction of foreign language, which is English, is carried out in the ground school itself. And there is some photo show. This is a special school. This is to the kids who have need some special needs. So on account of some disability like this. And then here there are some special schools which take care of kids in a way that their education is also not hampered. And then they also, the school sees that they are educated enough and they can become independent in a later life. So they try to bring it to the uh, education level, which they give them opportunity also to work on their own. And second is the Oberschule. Uh, From this is from again from 5 to 9. Oberschule and gymnasiums are comes from the same like fifth class and onwards. So these are again this as I said, no, the Oberschule is here the difference between the Oberschule and gymnasium is in Oberschule the uh, education level is kept in a lighter mode, whereas in gymnasium the education is more tough. When I say tough, it is more in depth. And though here the in gymnasium kids are getting prepared to go for further into abitur and get into the universities. Whereas in Oberschule, they also try to promote the kids to have education, and they also, if they want to study, do abitur, they can do. Otherwise, they can do some vocational training and attend some beruflich gymnasium and then get into jobs. So this is like job oriented. And Fach Oberschule. So this after Oberschule there is 11th and 12th. So after this they also go to the different school here, which is specialized in area of sub specialist area of. And Berufsschule is also same thing. At the moment, just remember this: there is a Grundschule, there is a Vorderschule, and then Oberschule and Gymnasium is one, and there is also a community school. This is a separate schooling system where it's like a concept school. Like if here the kids are there from year 1 to 12 and they study in a different way. Somebody is interested in doing some learning about environment or some agriculture or something like this. So here in this school takes in one particular subject and then they try to get master in it. So this is a also a special school. So this is the summary of this entire the school system. So as explained previously, like from grade 1 to 4, so this is the ground schule. So in this ground schule, people study up to 4 class. I'm now talking particularly about Saxon, that too in reference to the Dresden region. So from years 1 to 9, this is the green color is the ground schule. So here you have the special needs schools. So if we talk about special needs schools, they up to fourth class they study here. Then they go from fifth class to ninth class, especially the qualification from general schools. Then they reach up to ninth, and then they want to do some vocational course, and they get into job, or they want to study further. They can go to this university. The gray area is the university. And then if we go for from primary school, so here they have two possibilities. One is the grammar school, which is gymnasium, and there's Gemeinschaftsschule is there, orientation based classes. Then in grammar school, they studied up to 10th class, which I said, na 10th, and then also they have 2 years of education, abitur, then they get into university. In If you see in the Oberschule, here they also have possibility to up to ninth class they can study, they can do the vocational course and then get into job, or they can also do some higher education which completes the gap and then go to university. Otherwise, they can do this vocational course and they start doing the job. Or they can also study up to 10th class, then again they do the vocational course and then they do specialized secondary Fachoberschule complete they do, and then they go to technical. Here they are, this Oberschule is basically going into technical colleges. In grammar school, there is really like the academic one. Here, these more technical driven colleges. They also can go to this. Here, they also the other option is after the 10th class, they can also do go to vocational college and they complete vocation. Either they do the job or they can go to further. Then Beruflich Gymnasium. Also, they have to study up to 13 years. The difference between gymnasium and Oberschule is this: in gymnasium, you study 12 years and get into admission for uh, university, whereas in Oberschule, you have to study 13 years of education. This is the 1 year, additional year, which you have to do. Then you go to admission to the university. So that is the major difference. Otherwise, everything is okay. So if we want to make a comparison, India versus German education pathways, like here in 10th class in India also is common always. Then one stream is you do the intermediate, 10th and 11th, then you do get into university, then you do bachelor's, which is 3 to 4 years, and then you do master's. This is more or less like a gymnasium route. No? The other route is somebody can do ITI after 10th class, and then he gets become a tradesman, a technician, or he can after ITI he can do diploma, he become a get more better job with the supervisor level, and then if he do here he can do the job, he can study. Then after study he can come back to college and study the bachelor's of engineering, then masters like this. So this is Oberschule is more on the professional services side where kids are getting prepared to get into job early, whereas in gymnasium they try to get into higher studies. So now we get into more detail into each type of school. The first is the ground schule. So the education, as I said, compulsory for all kids at the age of from starting from the age of 6. This is for 1 to 4 years, and their subjects would be like German, general studies, Schaukunterricht, local history, science, biology, traffic education topics are covered. Then you have maths, art, English, and then handicrafts, and some religion and ethics. In the ground shell, there is no marks for the first year. Afterwards, there is a grading starts. So second onwards, and parents have a choice where the kids can after normally the school start from 7:15 until 11, and afterward the kids there is no school, and the kids would be in kind of here you don't have KITA, but you have GTA program where the school offers some after school support. So next is Oberschulen. So the secondary school, which comprise grades 5 to 10, provides general and vocational preparation education. This you have to understand. This is a vocational preparation education, focused more on vocational preparation, and it is a prerequisite to get into vocational qualification, and then after this they get into higher schools. Uh, Grade 5 and 6 have the same syllabus as gymnasium. And then if you take in 10th class, again, if you say here, there is also some subdivision like up to ninth class is called Hauptschulabschluss. After you pass ninth class, you transfer to Realschule. And then after Realschule, then you pass 10th class. And then after 10th class, you go it into Oberschule Plus and all those things. So just remember this is in Oberschule, this is the education system is little bit light version, that's it. Uh, okay, so next one here, if we see a little bit, I made a small chart also just for you. So here for class 5th is orientation course and 7th till 13th, this all will go. Then here and when I say fifth and is common school because you're switching between the Oberschule and Gymnasium from kids from Oberschule to Gymnasium, Gymnasium to Oberschule switching is always possible and easy until sixth grade. After seventh onwards, it becomes challenging because the syllabus gets changed and tougher. So this is what I wrote here. Provided a student has achieved adequate grades, he or she may switch from secondary Oberschule to a grammar school after any school year. So, but up to fifth and sixth, it is easier. Afterwards, it's become challenging. So after 10th, the 13th class, they do this 3 years vocational courses. It would be a dual system where there are 320 around 325 recognized trades and professions. So it could be possible that kids, students study in school at the same time they also work at a company. Like it could be like in 1 month you work in a company, 1 month you 1 month you work in a company, and 1 month you do come to the school and learn this. So the this is one route, and then if once it is done, then you can go to you get you can after this 3 years of this vocational school finishing, you can go to the university. And the other route is after 13th class, you do again 2 years more the Beruflich Gymnasium. You get the Abitur certificate, which is this Abitur is same as the Gymnasium Abitur. So in Gymnasium, you are getting up to by 12th class itself, but here you get at 13th grade. So you are standing 2 years more, 1 year more compared to. Then after this Abitur, then you have university. You can get into admission to the universities. So this is a small picture which shows that people have some fear feeling that kids going into Oberschule is not good, like, but it is not the case. So kids going into Oberschule always can go get the same education what gymnasium is, but it only takes a little bit longer time because here more time is given for a kid to prepare himself to have get into more deeper knowledge. That's it. So kid can join Oberschule. He get when he's getting good grades like 1 and 2 in all subjects, then he can do a beautiful gymnasium. Then he get Abitur. And also in between the years, he can if he's getting good grades, he can also switch to gymnasium at any time. So both both schools are good. So there is no big comparison. So we should not put more pressure on the kids, so they will catch up easily at one other time. Also, to make it this, once again, emphasis on the transfer from Oberschule to Gymnasium. Students in grade 5 and 6 of Oberschule admitted to the next higher grade of Gymnasium upon application by parents if the grades are very good, especially for the three subjects, German, mathematics, and English. The average should be 2 or better. And there should not be none of these subjects should be graded 4 or worse, then it's not qualified. The average grade point should be this one. The numbers and all requirement can change from the schools and the time to time. You have to please check this. At the moment, this is what I got it. And then the attitude towards studying. So teachers also give a recommendation that sometimes teacher also say that kid is doing very well in Oberschule, he can be promoted to go into gymnasium, especially for the kids coming for from India or Asian other countries. So kids can go into Oberschule, study there for fifth class, sixth class. Again, the seventh class onwards, they can get into gymnasium. So don't worry about it. So after 10th class, students are admitted to grade level for gymnasium. So up to 5 to 7, 6 is easy. After 10th, it is also more or less the same. Always German, mathematics is English is taken for grade evaluation for when you take admission. And then after 10th, he should also have completed the real Abschluss secondary school diploma. Then with these grades, he can also get into this. Either he can go also Beruflich Gymnasium and then do Abitur. So next one is the gymnasium, which I was speaking many times. So the gymnasium provides with appropriate achievements, talents, and education aspiration with in-depth general education. Here, education get more deeper and deeper. So it would be just not to overburden. So there is a light version which is Oberschule. Otherwise, it would be gymnasium is really in-depth general education, which is a prerequisite for study at universities and vocational academy. It creates the prerequisite for vocational training outside the university. This is the aim actually. So fifth and sixth is common. If the kids is finding it difficult in the initial stages, he can switch back to Oberschule. That is, there is a possibility. So grammar school, this gymnasium, consider as I said in the beginning, 5 to 10 is lower level, and then 11th is upper grade. It concludes with the abitur and awards the general university entrance qualification. Abitur is university entrance qualification. In addition, it is possible to obtain internationally recognized qualification at grammar school that offer relevant. So there are in Dresden, there are some couple of schools which also offer IB certificate where the kids get this IB diploma and which is internationally recognized. And when they go back to different countries, they can use this. So otherwise, if you are studying in the German schools, you get Abitur. There are only couple of schools which in Dresden which offer this IB certificate. Uh, so this class 11. Okay, so there is also in gymnasium is from class in years 8 to 10. Gymnasium offers some specialization for a school specific profiles. So they take some extra subjects which to cover a in-depth understanding of the that area. For example, some schools take science, art, natural sciences, or physical education like this. So and class 11 and 12 are advanced level, which is preparing for abitur. First advanced is German and mathematics, or math. You can pick either one of two, and then second advanced history, physics, or a continued foreign language. And some schools also offer art, chemistry, and biology. So community schools, this was a new concept established into 21-22 school year. And here the community school provides a space for developing solid basis for the independent learning, thinking, and working, and offer a general vocation in-depth education building. And students of community schools continue to learn together in the same location even beyond means from starting from first class until 12th class they'll be in more or less in the same school, like whereas in Normal schools, you like up to fourth class, you'll study in this ground school, and then you go to Oberschule, gymnasium. So, but here in community schools, you will be continuously from 1 to 12, you will be in one time, one place. Here also, you get the same thing, same certificate at the end. So, you up to 9, it is you get Hauptschulabschluss, and then after 10, you get Schulabschluss, and then after 12 years, you also get university qualification, applying qualification is also same thing. The vocational schools, as I was saying, the schools have a task of imparting in the context of career preparation, vocational training, or professional practice, primarily job-related knowledge, skills and abilities of deepening and broadening general education. So, in the vocational school, students are introduced to one or more professions, are trained for vocational training. Uh, it's normally a full-time school and lasts for 1 year. And classes at vocations are usually held in the form of part-time instruction on individual teaching days. Or as I said earlier, it could be like some part of time your time would be in the off company and some part of your time in the school. So you would be here. The kid get practical experience as well as theoretical experience. So that's really a good mm, education system. The high school admission process. So by default, everybody who have reached 6 years and they go to school admission is not so challenging. Only I gave him try to give some more information on the high school admission, where the kids parents here the teacher is based upon the evaluation of the kid. They are recommending what is the best for this kid. Now it is finally the decision is up to the parents. So if kids have not got good grades, still the parents can make a choice to send to gymnasium. So in this case, the process is little bit longer, but still there is a possibility. So parents of pupils in grade 4 without a recommendation to attend a grammar school, gymnasium can also enroll their child at the grammar school of their choice. Here in this case, the kids students should take part in the written assessment. So you have to go to the gymnasium and say that I want to take admission. Then they will ask, they will give an appointment to go for the assessment test, and then this again their subjects are German, mathematics, and general knowledge. Afterwards, there will be consultation where the school teacher who have taken the examination explains about the performance. Then you have to discuss, and still there'll be one more recommendation from after the assessment. Teacher may say that based upon the assessment, he's still better to go for a Oberschule or gymnasium. In case if he or she says to go for Oberschule, you can still decide that you can go to gymnasium. In this case, you have to give an application saying that you have to give a consent saying that I still want to proceed with gymnasium. So if the seats are available, then you can kid is still able to do. But remember the education is not so easy in gymnasium. So if parents have decided to put the kids uh, into gymnasium in spite of the recommendations from the teachers to put into Oberschule. That means the parents should really sit with the kids and help, and then use Nachhilfe and tuitions and all those things in future. So as a typical example, like the dates, just to give a time frame how it works. So So generally, in after usually after winter holidays, you get the buildings envelope on 14 February, and then go to the schools. And here there is a school data of there you can see all the schools. Good thing is you can enroll the school admission in any region of Dresden. So unlike in Grundschule where kids are get admission into the nearest location of his house. Here, there's no such compulsion. So kid can choose any of the high school in irrespective of the near or far. And here you can see all the school lists. And then you have to go to, and each school will have a talk the often tour. So where you can go to the school and then see yourself and see make a decision whether you want to take admission here or not. So better is always to attend two or three schools and decide yourself. And then after the open tour, you can go to the admission day. On a particular day, the school will tell when the application opens. You go to on the school and then take generally in March. The application process starts. So then you wait for the result and then take the admission in the next academic year. And for the pupils without a grammar school recommendation, so this is a straightforward exercise process when you have got a recommendation. If you have got don't have got recommendation letter for the gymnasium, then you have to undergo the, as I explained, so you have to first undergo the performance assessment, then there will be a consultation meeting, then afterwards parents' decision written. You have to say, yes, I still want to go to gymnasium, or okay, I go back to Oberschule. So you have to give one application only, not to, there is no need of giving application to each and every school. So you go in the application, you have the school admission, you also give two or three options. So first, my first choice is the school which you select, and the next two choice would be the schools which is your second best choice. So in case if you don't get the admission in the first school, and automatically you will be your application is considered for the next best option. If they, even if there is not possible, then it goes for the next best option. So this one application sufficient. Um, so this is, and in case also if the recommendation letter comes very end, very late in the end, also instead of March, you submit the application in June, and then the admission also will take place, and by more or less in July you get the recommendation, get confirmed when that admission and all. So the general required documents is original recommendation letters, is the original Bildungsempfehlung. The last Zeugnis, this is the most recent report card, and then you have the half year, most recent half year information where the teacher writes something about the kid, and then you have a birth certificate, and then you have to complete the registration form. So this that's about the admission. In case if for fifth and sixth class somebody wants to transfer from Oberschule to Gymnasium is also the same thing. So there'll be notification, then there'll be educational counseling, then you have to apply, and then you get the admission. After 10th, also same thing. You have to go to schools where you want to continue take admission. Based upon the availability of seats, they'll give you application, and then currently in the schools in Dresden, like as in October 23. So there are 72 Grundschule, so 27 Oberschule. These are the school count and everything. So there are 148 schools with 65,000 students studying. And there is one medicine is a Berufsfachschule, Krankenhaus. So this is the website which I was saying. You can see all the schools here in this website. If you use this site, you can on the graphical map you can see which school is there. Like here, if you see the red one is gymnasium in commuter traga. So all this one is the gymnasiums and this color. So if you see if you're somewhere your house is there, you can also see around your house which school is near to you if you want. Otherwise, you can see the whole schools. Mm, so there are different schools. These are the red ones and blue ones and then orange ones. So you can see the map which gives complete information. And there are also some schools which are non-municipal ownership, which are state sponsored. So one is the Oberschule, the Paluca Hochschule for dance. This is a dance school, and there is a music school, gymnasium, and then medicine is Berufsfachschule. This I said previously. This is here also admission happens separately. You have to go to these schools and ask for admission. Schools with with the specialist profiles. Everything I'm talking about Dresden. So there are some languages oriented schools. This Roman Roland Gymnasium and music oriented is Carl Maria from Weber Gymnasium. Then mathematics and science, if somebody is more interested with having more in-depth education for mathematics and science, yes, Martin Anderson Exo Gymnasium. There are some two sports school also, and dance is this one. And as I was explaining, there are international qualifications. There are, one is Dresden International School, which gives you IB certificate, and there is one more is Bertolt Gymnasium, which also gives IB certificate. And there is one Roman Roland Gymnasium, which is bilingual German-French course. It's only French. You apart just like IB certificate here, you get the French baccalaureate. Uh, Lastly, there is also possibility for kids to learn mother tongue in the their school time. So it could be as a substitute for the second language at a gymnasium or at Oberschule, and this starts at the sixth class until 10th class on the basis of a curriculum. Lessons are subject to performance evaluation and the report card at the end of the year. So this is the first option where the mother tongue itself is considered second language. The other option is the mother tongue could be taught as an optional on a voluntary basis. The participation is voluntary but are obliged to attend the school for at least 1 year. Lessons take place in the afternoon and can be organized in a cross class and different all the school kids from different schools comes at one's place and they learn like if somebody want to learn Telugu, and there are two kids from five schools. All the 10 kids come to one particular school and they all learn Telugu or their mother tongue language. And the third option is in some schools they also provide this mother tongue language support in the form of Gansta Kangabor. This is all day program. So and then here the class levels also sixth and seventh is A1 level, and then class 8 and 9 is A1 level, and class 10 is A2 level. So mother tongue language ends at A2 plus. Huh? So that's it. Then thank you, and I wish you all the best. Hope you like it.